What's going on? Welcome back to Off Track, a fixed gear topic show. I'm joined by my hosts as usual, Deacon Wong, Pizza Man, aka Lucas Petrozelli, and
Yo,
we're gonna jump right into my topic today, which is we're talking about wheelie bikes. Is the wheelie boy, aka the bike life scene, good for FGFS and trick track and fixed gear as a whole? Deacon, what do you think about that?
I mean, it's getting people into the scene. So like I don't know if that's a bad thing.
It's
There's
probably a good thing.
there's quite a few people that I've met that used to be on wheelie bikes that are now like doing FGFS tricks on them, or at least have oriented their setup more towards FGFS as opposed to wheelie bikes. But I don't know, it seems so limiting. Like there's only so many times you can kick your legs back and forth on the seat, and then put your leg over the the crossbar, and then rip your brakes.
Yeah, true. I mean, I've been seeing a lot more of that scene starting to like try 180s and stuff, and like Jake Santos is like hitting rails and doing like more technical grind tricks on them. So I feel like he's kind of like branching it out a little bit and showing the possibilities, which I feel like most of the wheelie scene in general doesn't even know his like extensive fixed gear background. They're like, damn, he can do all this stuff, but like he's been doing this stuff for a minute, like on 700C trick track bikes back in 2010.
I mean, I'm gonna say it, dude. Like, street mountain biking has been a thing like since before FGFS really got to anywhere close to the same level. So like,
That's true.
I don't really understand the appeal of doing it on a bike that has bad geometry for it.
Yeah, because that
Like
really is the only distinction on a technical level, really, right? Because it's the
yeah,
same
like
wheel size.
the wheel size is the same, except I mean, they even still ride brakes with street mountain bikes. So I don't really know what the true discerning factor is.
Yeah, I guess how would you separate those technically? Because the only difference is frame geometry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess some of them ride like suspension forks, but then there's that guy who rides the rough frame. So I
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I don't know. Like at what point is it just mountain street mountain biking, but they don't do any of the cool tricks. So I don't really
yeah,
know. Like
yeah. True. I mean, you got dudes like Jeremy Menduini and like Tom Cologne, like with the Rise, like just doing like the sickest street mountain biking. Like I love watching their stuff. But you know what? I'm actually pretty proud that I feel like FGFS Street has like kind of caught up to mountain bike street, but still nowhere on the same level when the vert stuff starts to get involved.
oh yeah,
Like,
like the
dude.
fact that there's people riding hardtail mountain bikes, like single speed hardtail mountain bikes, doing like truck triple bars and shit like that, and like
Yeah,
360 triple whips,
that stuff's
like
gnarly. I follow a couple guys like that, and I'll never
and
understand
and it's
it.
just seeing like the like complete opposite of like I lean back, I pull my brake, and I take my hand off, and it's just like all of those dudes who ride street mountain bike can probably just do that because like
Oh, this is balanced. It's silly, just yeah.
Yeah,
lean back, rip your brake. It's lean
yeah.
back to the point where you rip your brake more, and
Yeah.
then you pedal, and then you lean back and you rip your brake more, and it's like,
See,
oh,
but do you think those guys could hit like a 20 stair handrail like you have? You know?
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
A couple
I've
of
I've
years.
seen a couple of those dudes from the Rise hit like pedal grind 50 stair ledges and shit like that. Like all the spots in Europe are crazy.
Yeah, they got
So I
such
don't
sick
know. Like
spots.
I definitely think it's possible, but they don't run pegs, so I don't really know how much like
True.
rail
They
stuff they're
seem to
gonna
be
get
very
into.
anti pegs.
I think it's just a bike geometry because you have to. Most of them run like disc brakes and stuff like that, so it just like doesn't work out. And I don't really know how you run pegs on suspension forks. I don't think that works.
Yeah, I don't think it's a thing because every big BMX guy that I've seen with 26 BMXs, and they have a suspension fork. Never seen a peg on it. Never. I just don't think the size of the actual like fork, where like when you screw it on the axle onto, is big enough to support any kind of peg.
Well, they're all like
that's why.
hollow. They're like 24 mil or 22 mil hollow axles. Like they're like fancy mountain bike stuff.
I mean, some of them do ride rigid forks though. Like, but true about the geometry. Like, even the 26-inch mountain bike guys, not the wheelie bike ones, are like still on
Yeah, I
like
think
really low rise bars, and like
I think the bottom bracket's positive too, but I think it just has to do with how
so.
fast you're going, because they're all based off like downhill frames. I would assume at some point. So like stability is a big thing. Because I know a lot of the people who have like pride frames and stuff like that. Like the Geo is kind of not exactly
it's not,
BMX Geo,
it's
which
not
is
like
what I
street
feel like.
geo. Yeah, it's interesting.
I think our frames are more based off BMX Geo, and having things like really steep head tubes, steep like seat tube, shorter fork. But like mountain bike stuff is like slack head tube, 430 forks, really long HC, and that's why you don't necessarily need higher rise handlebars, because like your fork length makes up for it.
Right. I think it's just kind of it's like imitating the exact size of how tall a BMX bike would be, but just
Well, like mountain bike, I don't know, because the bottom bracket's so positive, or at least
I
a
could have
zero.
swore. I could have. Yeah, I think the new Pride Street frames are zero. I think they're starting to incorporate zero bottom bracket in those.
But it's a zero bottom bracket with a 430 fork or 435 fork. So it's like
with how slack that head tube is and how steep it is. I'm pretty sure it works still.
no.
I
You have to run a super long fork for it to be a zero bottom bracket.
Right, which is I think what they have, like the 425, 430. But
Yeah, but if you run a shorter fork on it, it makes the bottom bracket positive because the geometry changes.
Right, that makes sense. That's weird though. Back to the question at hand though. Is the wheelie scene good for FGFS? I'll go. Pizza, you want to go?
I was just gonna say, it in retrospect, it is not just because it's getting people into biking, but it's also creating parts for bigger bikes like ours, and it's more pushing like tires like that are street tires that we had a very small amount in going into. Like look at the demolition tire, the old resist tire. Fu and Epic brought that back because the wheelie bike kids are coming into the scene and they needed another tire, and you knew that was going to make it money, and look now we have the resist tire back. And just other things like that is definitely pushing. It's more of like a good thing as far as a financial thing, because like the broke boys, they're creating bars for us. Blockboy Flame, he's had those big bars too, and amongst other things.
Two-wheel gang.
Yes, so I think it in that regard, yeah, it's definitely helping our scene, just because it's bringing parts back for us that we didn't have. It's like bars, it's kind of hard to right now. The only decent bar I guess that we'd be able to have is the rough bars, the master bars, but we haven't had those in a little bit.
Yeah,
that's kind of my take on that.
That's
I'm gonna say it.
Huh.
Shout out Stout Bikes.
Oh,
If y'all need some good ass handlebars made from a good ass dude, hit that man up on Pink Bike. He'll get you sorted. Custom Geo, custom builds, custom colors.
Your stout bars are really sick.
Hit him up.
I like those.
If y'all are like, I can't find handlebars I like, hit that dude up.
Or just wait for the next rough drop.
Pizza, I was gonna say pretty much the same exact thing as you. Like, I'm happy it exists because it's creating, like, it's filling some of the parts void that we were feeling. Like, we got, like, especially I feel like in the forks department, like, there's a lot of 26-inch, 29-inch forks, like S&M pitch fork and the Colt sect fork, like, come in 26-inch, and those are, like, good forks, too. They're not just, like, shitty cruiser forks.
Yeah. And they fit pegs.
I'm gonna say it.
What?
All my homies hate the S&M pitchfork.
Is it bad? Why?
Fuck S&M.
Why?
Straight up.
What
Straight
happened?
up. Those fools wouldn't honor my warranty. because I rode it on a fixed gear freestyle bike. They literally canceled my warranty because I rode it on a fixed gear freestyle bike. Fuck those dudes.
Why would you even tell them you're riding a fixed gear freestyle? How did that even come up?
So I worked at a bike shop and we sold S&M parts. And when they first came out, the S&M Pitchfork first came out, I was the first person that bought it from the shop because I wouldn't tell people stuff that I wouldn't ride. And guess what happened when you rode pegs on the old 4Q baked fucking Pitchfork? The dropout snapped off because they put a fucking logo on the side.
Oh, man.
And guess who went to S&M and was like, let me warranty my fucking Pitchfork? And they were like, oh, how did you do this? And I was like, oh, I rode pegs on it on my fixed gear freestyle. And they were like, oh, this is meant for a race bike, so we won't honor your warranty.
Oh, feels bad.
Big stash.
I feel like that wouldn't be the
Fuck
case now,
S&M.
though. I feel like they would not say that now.
I don't know, man.
They're just that big of haters.
They weren't down, bro. Go buy your forks from Robbie, bro. Shout out Colt.
True, yeah. I think
26 and 29.
Do you guys remember the NS forks?
Dude,
Yeah.
good fork.
Dude,
Yeah.
I rode one and I swear I broke it so quick. I was so sad. Bought it full price.
But I will say it was better than the P-Fix fork.
I never rode a P-Fix fork, but I probably believe you. Like the P-Fix fork just wasn't good. I feel like all the pros who rode P-Fixes always had like a Saudio fork on it or something.
Yeah. Definitely. I think that was the first thing they kind of got rid of, for sure.
I will say something. I'm waiting for BMX companies to make us a hoop. I want a rim.
And stolen doesn't count.
Honestly, I don't think that'll. I mean, you want
to know what hoop I want?
Think it'll happen.
Since Rough's not gonna make them anymore. I mean, shout out Fixated, right? Like you guys are cool, but I want an Odyssey Hazard light hoop.
Oh my god! Thank you. They make it in 24. They
Yeah,
make
they
it in
do.
24. Why not just do it two more
Just
inches?
a little bigger.
26. I told
Also-
Brock. I was like,
also-
told Brock that too.
I know you guys said that we got tires, bro, but we don't have tires, bro. Cause I want an Odyssey tire. Odyssey
Again.
made the best tires.
I know. Well, again, that's a different world. That's BMX.
Odyssey isn't
BMX
down
isn't
with
doing
bike
that.
life, bro. Odyssey isn't down with
They're
the
not
bike
about it.
life.
That's
Not unless
that's all I
it's
asked
20.
for.
I know. Like, trust me. If I could have a Brock tire in 26, I'd have it.
Think about how sick all those wheelie kids would be if they ran chrome polished Odyssey Hazard hoops, because the braking surface on those things is insane. Like you could rip your fucking V-brake to the moon and that shit would just fucking make the loudest screech. You could literally probably get to 11 o'clock, bro.
Damn.
If you thought 12 o'clock was cool, if you had chrome Odyssey hoops, you could probably get to fucking 11, dude, because that shit would just rip so hard.
You can
could
do
literally
a
go
pickup
backwards.
backflip.
You probably could.
Pickup backflip. That'd be sick.
And guess who has great warranty, guys?
What, Odyssey?
Lifetime. Odyssey.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Hell yeah. They're great about their warranty. I'm sure if we were to FGFS with their fork, they'd be like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, you broke it doing something sick.
They'd be like, "Let me see the
Warranty.
clip," and then you
Yeah.
yeah, the clip, and they'd be like, "Hi, bro, here's your new one, dude. Bye."
Yeah. Odyssey they make really good parts. I wish I feel the same way about E-Claw. I feel like they make really good parts too, but they don't make any like big bike stuff at all.
Man,
I'm
I've been
amazed
telling
you still support E-Claw.
Why?
They're owned by the same people that own Bomb Track.
Because of bomb track. Yeah. I mean I did like I got some E-Claw stuff for free, like some small stuff while I rode for them, like seats and pedals and stuff, but
Hey, but you know what? You know what we're forgetting though? We got to shout out these new guys that just, kind of just sponsored J-Ball. It's Merritt coming to the scene.
That's right.
And,
That's right.
Shouts out Merritt sponsoring the boy over here. Couple of the FGFS boys. That's a good thing, right? It's good. Wheelie boys.
Very good. Yeah,
Merritt,
without the wheelie scene, I don't think Merritt would get in the game. They wouldn't get in the big bike game just for FGFS. So, wheelie bikes are bringing some more attention to FGFS, and they're bringing some riders over to FGFS because a lot of the wheelie kids, they ride a fixed gear like drive chain. So I feel like at some point a couple of them have been like, yeah, I'm gonna try to get a better geometry frame. So they'll get FGFS. So, yeah, I think overall I'm happy the wheelie scene is bringing people into FGFS. So I'm glad it exists. And some of those ride outs are like kind of fun. Not fully my thing, but
and one more special shout out to, we can't forget the guy who's also starting part of Theory Bikes, Montana Ricky,
Montana Ricky
for
Ooh, shout out Ricky.
on the rough bike, on
Yeah.
the rough frame, popping off on all sizes, 20, 24, 26, 29.
Yep.
Soap shoe.
Dude,
Appreciate you, man.
Soap shoe, Montana Ricky,
shoe.
Montana Ricky, and Mike Brennan both have FGFS bikes. It's sick.
Ayo, put your straps on, baby. Let's see it.
Yeah,
put them
we need
straps
those,
on.
We need those
We
straps.
need to see some tricks with straps on.
They're
Bro.
di-
Once you're all healed up, Montana, you gotta get that shit going.
They're distributing
No more-
hold-fast straps, so
No more soap shoeing.
no more soap shoeing. We
We
can't.
want you to be healthy.
We can't allow you to get hurt on the soap shoes anymore. No, but for real though, shout out to Montana Ricky for like getting me some Merit parts. If you're looking for any bike parts, like
Best pedals in the game.
get Merit stuff. Like Merit's cool. They support me. They support Young Chase. They support Jimmy Wacha. Like, you know, they're out here giving back to the scene. So highly recommend Merit. And as soon as Theory puts stuff out, you know, look into them too.
Yes,
Hey
sir.
Ricky, if you watch this, can we get a 2.3 tire?
Yeah, maybe something a little smaller
please,
than a 2.4.
Please.
Wheels get too fucked up to run big ass tires.
Please. And the bars. And your bars. 6.5.
Yeah, just like a little smaller.
Please. We'll love you forever.
Yeah, right. We need you. I mean, I heard they were like, I heard the hub that Ricky is running is like a Merit hub, like on the fixed gear. I don't know if I can leak that, but you know, keep your eyes peeled. Eyes emoji.
Damn. NDA right there.
I'm not under any NDAs. I can talk all I want.
I have a request for all you guys out there. If you watch this and you know anybody with Animal Bikes 7.75 rise bars, hit me in the DMs. I'll buy them off you.
Are those the same
they're
ones
chrome-
that Brian
If they're
rides?
chrome, I'll double it.
Are those the ones Brian have?
Yep, goated.
Deacon, I want to hear how you motivate yourself to do scary tricks, because sometimes you'll hit some big ass rails and I'm like, damn, where did Deacon find the energy, the power within to do that? Tell me.
All right. So the biggest help for me is sometimes I'm behind the camera, and when I'm behind the camera, I understand how frustrating it is when you just do like 50 to 60 roll-ups and you just like don't do anything. And especially when like there's multiple people filming you at the same time. So you're not even wasting just like one person's time, you're wasting like four people's time at the same time. And it like it's like a exponential equation, you know, like every roll up you do is like it compounds the frustration on the person standing there. Especially when it's in the sun. Like I genuinely feel terrible if I do like 20 roll ups and don't try anything. And then to add to that, I started filming with VX, like if you guys watched any of the VX videos. And recording on tape is insanely expensive now. So like filming somebody on a tape of them rolling up 60 times, not only did it waste your time initially, but when you go to transfer the tape back, you also get however long it took them to roll up to the spot that you have to watch. So it just compounds.
So it technically wastes time and money.
And money. Whoa.
Well, it wastes 2x time plus money. Because
right.
I had to film you roll up and then I had to watch it again on my computer.
So ultimately, you're just like, wow, I don't want, like, you're trying to not waste people's time. So that's what motivates
and
you to try
it's a
shit.
huge and the other part of it is just like realizing that I'm scared, and most of the things I do in my daily life don't scare me, and like that's part of the reason why I think it's fun, because it's like a challenge to see if you can overcome it. Which is why, I mean, J-Ball probably has a clip of me slapping myself in the face before I go try something.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten some of those.
and like that's like my hard reset button where it's like you're scared, you're scared, so quit rolling up to it and just either send it or give up now because you're just wasting people's time.
I like that. I like that answer. Pizza. What motivates you to go outside your comfort zone and try something?
Me screaming at him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I really only do anything unless J-Ball or Deacon are yelling at me. It'd be like, nothing is gonna happen,
Yeah.
and then I still get scared, and then Deacon yells at me some more, and then calls me names, and then I end up
Because you
doing
don't have
it.
a reset button. I
Which
think you need a reset button like I have,
Which-
where I literally just slap myself in the face and I go, okay, well, how bad do I want to do this? And like I think about it and I'm like, well, I already wasted like 4 people's time, so like I want to do this pretty bad because if I don't, then it's just really annoying.
Yeah, that's kind of like that's how the entirety of that went when me doing the Woodward Rail. That took a little bit. Took about 2 days to do. Just kind of running up to it.
I got hurt because of you.
Yeah. That's 100% on you, Pizza.
If you tried it the first day, I wouldn't have had to grind up the handrail and hurt myself.
Hey, you know what?
That's on
No
you,
one
bro.
told you. No one told you to go up that.
The blood's
handrail,
on your
but
hands,
you.
brother.
But you.
The blood is on
Only
your
you.
hands.
You know what? You know what I say? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And then now it's on video, and now you have a knee brace that costs $800, and you're fine. And you're riding again. Let's go! Bam.
Yeah.
I don't know about fine, and I don't know about riding again. But
You're good.
sure, bro. Whatever makes you sleep at night.
You'll be in riding shape for the comp.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Whatever makes you guys sleep at night.
Yeah, the other day I had to tell Pizza because Pizza was like kind of hesitant to like feeble this ledge, and I'm like, bro, when's the last time you fell on a feeble?
When's the last time pizza fell in general?
Yeah, you really don't
Yeah, it's
fall
hard
that
one.
much.
I know.
Sometimes you fall on like your rollouts though. You'll like hesitate on a half cab, and then you'll fall and roll.
Yeah, I'm just.
Wait. I also have a theory, Pizza.
What's up?
You don't know how to fall. Like, you don't know how to bail.
Have you seen me fall though?
Yeah,
I
it
tumble
kinda
and
hurts
roll.
me
Did you
sometimes.
see the? Did you see the thumbnail for the last privilege bridge? That was me. That was your boy falling.
You rolled
Wait,
off
are
a
you sure it
ledge.
wasn't me rolling over?
No, that was 100% me.
It was
You saw
Pizza.
that big old fucking thing on the ground doing the splits
Try
or
to
whatever
throw a
I was
bar
doing.
spin.
Yeah, that was your boy falling.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I did a fucking like head spin on mine, dude. It was sick.
That's true. Pizza, yeah, you do. I feel like Pizza does know how to fall. He rolls, but sometimes I'm surprised you like complain about how much it hurts because it doesn't look like it hurts a lot of the time. It looks like you just kind of roll it off.
I got a lot of mass. It's kind of different. I got a lot of mass, and so like
I don't know.
math and like yeah, I got a lot of mass.
A lot of physics there that we don't know.
Yeah,
Lot of-
exactly. Yeah, you don't know the struggles.
I think you just need to fall more so it hurts less.
And also, I have the dad energy, so that also doesn't help.
The dad
Smells
energy.
like
What does that
excuses.
mean?
Yeah. Just because I'm dad, and actual falling hurts more
Smells
than
like
non-dad.
excuses.
Deacon, sometimes I feel like you get like fucking wrecked on the like what looks like they should be like normal falls. Why is
Oh,
that?
I get fucked up
Why?
because I don't know how to fall at all. That's why I asked Pizza if he knew, because I literally hit the ground like a sack of fucking potatoes.
Oh, man, dude, I
feel
sometimes
that.
when you fall, Deacon, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it hurts. I hurt myself.
Do be
But-
hurting.
I don't know. I mean, I gotta send it.
Dude, I was getting wrecked on a trick on Saturday when we rode together. Oh, that over ice, man.
Got it. You got it first try. Oh, like what? Three tries. Got it. And then as soon as the camera came out, it was like 15.
Dude,
I'm not gonna lie, you should have taken the wheelie down the rail and just left it at that.
That was so
I don't want to talk
Should have
about
left
that.
it at that.
That was so scary.
Should have left it at wheelie down the rail and just been like, all right, guys, I'm good.
I should not have rode away from that. Do you think it's possible to like pedal ice down a rail? Like, would I have been able to do that?
I'm not gonna lie, that rail you probably could sneak away with it because of you're
fast?
grinding like the last 2.5 feet of it. So like, as long as you like held onto your handlebars for the impact, I think you'd roll away.
Maybe. Yeah. Anyways, what motivates me to try or do scary tricks? Basically just doing it fast before I get scared. Like you just gotta do it before you start to overthink it and before you get scared. Because the more you like run up, you'll get in your head about it. You're like, you start thinking about all the ways you could fall and all the ways you can hurt yourself. And
Damn,
Yeah,
that
pizza.
is literally what happens to me. Like,
listen to my advice. Then you got to do it before the scaredness sets in.
literally what happens. Also, you're forgetting. Deacon's forgetting his one crucial life rule is not life rule, but fixie rule. You just haul ass so you don't have time to break and bail. Right?
It doesn't work when you go slow.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
So
I like
just
going
haul
fast.
ass.
I like going fast because a lot of times just going fast in general helps you with most
Yeah.
tricks.
If you ever hit a down rail, the faster you go, the easier it is because you literally don't have to hop as high.
Yeah, you don't have to hop as high and you don't have to balance for as long. You can just sail down it. So the cost of that is like scaredness versus like commitment. Like you're fully committed, but the scaredness should go down or something like that.
Pizza, I want to know why you roll up before you try to do a flat ground hop bar. Like, I just think it's funny that you do that. You do like a roll up, like
It's like
as if you're riding up to a handrail, but like it's like a hop bar.
It's a mental thing. It's just I got mental block, man. It's just
but
how
you
it is.
got
It's how
it.
I've
You
always
literally
been.
got it.
No, I know, but like it's like how you say I don't have a reset. Well, I do have a reset, and I literally my brain resets every time you guys be like, "Hey, throw a bar," and I'm gonna go, "Wait, I've done that," but and then in my head it's like you've never done this before. Have fun.
Yeah, why
Jumping
is that?
30 times.
The times when you've been like committed to throwing a bar spin, your bar spin looks good. Like
Well, okay, so like at Woodward, for example, that was because my adrenaline was just going because I just hit the rail and you guys were like, "Yo, throw a bar now," and I was like, "I bet." And then you second try, I threw a bar, like I landed
Why
it.
isn't that any different than every day?
yeah, you need
This
to
again,
learn. You need to learn how to
Adrenaline,
harness.
adrenaline was pumping, and
You want to know
your
the
boy was
secret to
warm.
learning bar spin every time?
Do one every time. Yeah.
Every time you pick up your bike, that's the first thing you do, and
Yeah.
it works, baby.
Jacob Ruff does that. Jacob Ruff throws a bar spin a day.
It works, baby.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, that's you gotta learn to harness that adrenaline commitment into your regular everyday life.
As a wise man once said, "You must harness the narness."
Ed Wonka, 2014.
Damn.
That's
He
how you
was
should live.
The wheel do a Holyfield. Got it. Damn. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll pull one out of my ass in November on the comp. Maybe I'll just fuck around and throw one out the Euro.
Yeah, man.
Damn, a fly out up the Euro. That's pretty baller.
Imagine.
That's pretty baller. right?
I'm just telling you. I know you're more comfortable doing them on flat ground, but fly out bar spins are the shit, man. Like you float. You have so much time. You have so much
Who
time
knows?
to catch.
Who knows?
They are actually easier. Coming from somebody who hates bar spins, they're easier. Just because I can do them doesn't mean I like them. I just, I have no hope of doing any other trick, so.
You've been throwing them a lot more lately, though, and I love that.
Yeah.
It's because I can do it now.
Next
And also,
step,
my X-ups look really ugly.
no, they don't. But next step for you, Deacon, is to throw like a 180 bar topside on a bank.
Nope.
On a bank. It's so easy on a bank.
Nope.
Come on.
I'm gonna learn switch bar before I do that, so I can just do it the right way.
Oh, okay. I mean that too. Whatever.
It's easier.
Or what about
All
switch
right.
direction?
I can't switch spin.
Not at all. Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Really?
No.
I've seen
I
it.
used to Indian, so that's why I unlearned it, and now I'm physically unable to do it.
All right.
You wiped your brain.
I really did.
All right, pizza. Give me your question. Let's hear it.
Well, it kind of all stems back to the financial thing in our sport that we have. But like, what happened to all the money? We had so many companies sponsoring riders. You know, things that just that we had events. We had Red Bull riding style. You know, like just happened. I mean, I feel like it's kind of a simple answer, but I would like to hear what you guys' thoughts on that and opinions.
Go ahead, Duke man.
It stopped being cool.
That's a very simple
Also,
answer.
also the fact that a new bike would come out once every 4 months, and it was like vastly superior to the thing that came out before it. And I mean, I feel like maybe I was the exception in this because I worked at like a bike shop, so I had money to spend on building new bikes all the time. But I think that there was too many used of stuff that was in good condition, so nobody purchased brand new, because like you could go out and buy last year's frame for 1/4 the price. So why would you ever go out and buy the new one?
That makes sense. That makes sense. A lot of people credit Fixie List for ruining FGFS.
That's how
Single-handedly. Single-handedly.
Deacon Wong
Shout out
single-handedly
me and my boys.
ruined Fixed Gear Freestyle by hustling people on Fixie List.
I got some good bikes off that shit, bro. I'm sorry.
You started with a penny and traded your way up to like a gorilla.
I got it, guys. It's possible.
I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, Fixie, and sometimes I feel like companies would like put out frames also that were like a year behind too because of like production times. So like by the time like the Bomb Track Dash 2014 came out, the geometry was like 2 years behind. So like, people weren't going to buy the Bomb Track 2014 Dash when the Destroy Unicorn Killer 2013 was out. So then that inclines Bomb Track to be like, okay, nobody bought this bike. Why are we going to produce more bikes? So like they would put out like Leader put out like the Hurricane and the Pharaoh frames in 2012, 2013 when there were like better frames on the market by then already. So those ended up being the last FGFS frames that Leader produced because nobody really bought them. So I feel like that was part of it personally. And then
the other problem was also the fact that most bike shops wouldn't carry the specialty brands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
So
Audio, Prime.
yeah, like any of the actual fixed gear freestyle brands in the US, we could only get it through I-D.
And that was an SF.
And I think Three Brothers in LA had like a distribution thing with them because they had like Bomb Track parts and stuff like that. Like they were the one like weird oddball shop.
Very small runs of some Bomb Track stuff, and that was through Paul with Royal. It was a weird connection and wasn't very legit. It was like, okay, yeah, they got one Bomb Track Dash Complete to sell.
It is. I had a shop too. Funny enough, it was called JP or JP in North Long Beach, next to Silvo. He was actually a distributor for Sadio, and so all the the Posse Boys, if we ever wanted anything through them, we'd be able to go through him. But like after everything died down, the shop closed, and
I'm pretty sure they were buying through I-D because I think I-D was their US rep. I don't think it was direct from Saudio. Because I remember we were trying to order from Grime and Saudio and all of them, and like all the Taiwanese brands like Break and Dirkus One from W Base, And they basically, every single one of those brands basically told us that we had to order through I-D unless we became a distributor ourselves, which if for a tiny bike shop, there's no way you're going to sell 10 grand worth of frames from one brand or
Right.
like 5 grand worth of parts from one brand. So I think most people just went through I-D.
Yeah, that makes sense. Before I-D, do you guys remember Culture?
Mm-hmm. With a K.
Oh, yeah, the K, yeah.
Yeah.
They made
with
sprockets and
a
stuff,
K.
right?
No. Sorry, that's Culture Lab. They made
Okay.
sprockets.
Oh.
There's Culture with a C, Cultur. They were like a 2010 or maybe 2009 to 2010 FGFS like online distributor, and they carried all the brands at the time. But the thing is, I don't know what happened exactly. Maybe like someone who rode for them, like Tyler Johnson or Gus, could like fill us in. But they stopped fulfilling orders, but people kept ordering on their site. And if you looked at their Facebook page at the time, it was loaded with customers going, "Where the hell's my stuff? Where's all my shit?" Like they were taking all this money and like not fulfilling orders. So that, shit like that hurts the scene. It hurts credibility. And it's like, well, why would I tried to buy this FGFS frame and, the company fucked me over. Now I'm not going to ride, No, that was the only way I was going to, that's how I was going to build a bike, and now I can't. So there we go. I'm not going to ride. So
Yeah.
I will say, shout out Ben Cycle back in the day. I feel like they had every single US brand or every, stateside brand. They had all of it on their website.
that's cool.
And they also had, I think for back in the day, one of the best online ways to build wheel sets,
Oh, I remember that actually.
because it was just like so intuitive to pick whichever color, at the time it was velocities, right? Everybody rode velocities. So you picked whatever color of velocity you wanted. You probably picked the All City hub because it was, at the time, it was like one of the best hubs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could order your wheel set custom made, and they would build it and tension all the spokes. So it was really nice wheel sets.
I remember you could like pick the spokes too and customize like the nipple colors and stuff, right?
They still offer it if you guys are looking for wheel sets too. Definitely recommend them. They're a great bike shop.
Yeah, I feel like Milwaukee never fully got the love it deserved in the scene. I like their stuff.
Hey, they still have bruisers too.
They do have
If you want a bruiser,
It's a
they
great,
still have them in stock.
it's a great 700 frame. Pizza, do you have any input on the death of FGFS? Or not the
I
death,
think
just
it's
the lack
like-
of money.
I kind of agree with Deacon. It's kind of just fell off, to be honest.
It's just
It
L push ratio
you,
plus fell off.
Yeah.
gotta push that further though. Like, why did it fall off?
well, I think brands just kind of saw that there was a limited amount of people actually buying things, just like Deacon, like kind of because of Deacon. Like I think one brand kind of who was the example of that is kind of unknown, because I think we talked about it in the last the first episode that they would unknown would come out the V2, they came out the unknown V1, and then like 4 months later the V2 came out. 3 months later the V3 came out, and then after that it was 24/7, but that shit the bed. And so it was just kind of there's too much stuff coming out, not enough people to be able to buy this stuff, and fixie-less kind of just, used parts were better than getting brand new, because you knew that the old parts were already good, but then the new stuff was already way too expensive to most people who are just kind of young kids in the scene. Like, I know majority of people in FGFS back in the day were 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, with no income.
Yeah.
And they saw that, so it's just there was just not enough money in the scene at the end of it.
I remember I would buy a lot of my parts from like pros, like their old stuff. They would just sell their old stuff. And I have a kind of a hot take, but I feel like part of the death was like riders kind of taking advantage of being sponsored riders. Like, I'm not gonna name names, but they would like get X amount of parts and frames and stuff and sell some of them and then ask for more. And then companies are like, well, what happened to the ones we gave you? And they're like, I don't know. Just broke it. Broke it.
Got a fixie list.
No, just because the pro riders, the
Damn you, Deacon, bro.
I came up.
pro riders at the time weren't like making money really. Like they weren't making much money at all. So they would have to kind of like sell their stuff to get by. So I don't blame them at all. But then companies are like, well, I'm going to stop supporting this dude who's just selling all the shit we're giving him. So
And on top of that too, people just kind of grew up and like all the sponsored riders just kind of did other things. So there really was no one else to really sponsor because no one was putting their name out there. Like the established riders that who were already were already better than most because they had been running for so long. They were already older, and they had all the new kids come up. But then the new kids slowly died out because they grew older and saw that the scene was dying off as well, and so they just did other things.
Yeah, it always kind of like confused me why people couldn't like keep riding and like figure their careers out. Because I mean, if you have to like quit riding to like focus on your career, did you love riding to begin with? Because like it was always kind of a passion thing for me. I'm like, I enjoy this. I'm not gonna stop it. Like the sponsors and stuff are cool, but like I'm gonna, even if I'm not sponsored, I'm gonna pay for my stuff because I like it. So I don't know. Maybe some people struggled that much to the point where they had to like sell their bikes and stuff. So I could understand it in that sense, but I don't know.
I think the biggest part of it was that after like me, I want to say, because Pizza, you're older than me, right?
Yeah.
I don't really think that like we convinced anybody younger than us to continue riding. Because I feel like bikes, like the whole like fixed gear culture and just kind of like riding your bike kind of fell off like really hard. Like I want to say I was probably on the tail end of maybe like the golden era maybe of track bike stuff, because I feel like sort of after Macaframa, maybe like, like there's a couple years where just riding a track bike in general was really popular. And like I feel like everybody had a fixed gear, right? Like everybody tricked it out with a bunch of colors, and it was like a fashion statement almost. And it was just part of like everybody, at least my generation's like, middle school to high school period was just riding your bike.
Yeah, that 2008 to 2010 period was just like everyone cool had a fixie.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I think maybe it got so popular so quickly that it became cringe, and then it fell off, right? Like there's only so long that a trend will last without it.
Yeah.
And I think most of those people either went from riding track bikes and got fully into like riding bikes, so they probably went on to like road bikes and stuff like that, like a lot of my friends did. But everybody who wanted to trick on their bike ran into the same problems that I feel like some people are having now, where it's like, I broke my FGFS. I don't know how to build my wheels. Like, like most people don't know how to work on their bike, right? So you ride your FGFS. Let's say you try 180 on your crappy pair of wheels and you blow your wheel up, right? What do you do from there? Like, most bike shops didn't have chuckers on the wall. Most bike shops didn't have the ability to even build you your own wheels. Especially at that time, it was like, oh, we have to like ship your wheel to somebody else to build it. And then even then it was like $200 to get a custom wheel to rebuild. Like,
right.
So it was just so much more expensive as opposed to BMX, where, oh, I want to do a trick. Oh, I broke my bike. I could walk into any bike shop and they'll have a rear wheel for me. They'll have a pair of handlebars.
So the solution is that we need more FGFS specific shops. Right.
I don't know if it's that. I think it was just, well, okay, I'm going to say it. Volume stopped producing the parts that every bike shop used to have, because this used to not be a problem. Like, you could go into any bike shop that sold demolition or volume products, and you could buy fixed gear freestyle specific parts.
Yeah.
And the minute they stopped distributing them and the minute they stopped producing them is when pretty much the scene fell out, because people that broke parts couldn't get new parts anymore.
Yeah.
Which is why they turned to fixie list.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that. It was an issue before that.
It's a double-edged sword. It's like people stop buying new stuff to buy cheaper used stuff, and then the companies are like, well, no one's buying our stuff anymore, so we're gonna stop producing our stuff.
I don't necessarily think it was that direct. I think, especially with Resist and Demolition, the owner of Volume and stuff, he's very particular about like what was like the brand name, right? Like Volume got kind of a lot of hate from the BMX guys for making fixed gear freestyle parts. Like this was back when there was like a huge divide between you riding fixed gear freestyle and you riding a BMX bike. Like
Yeah,
I feel like there was a lot more hate back then than there is now.
For sure.
For sure. A lot of people then were probably like, oh, it's just these dumb hipsters trying to be different. And
which is for sure,
I mean,
I've gotten
like,
that back in the day.
The slack that Volume got for even making fixed gear freestyle parts in the first place was like,
I'm sure,
especially from working at the bike shop, it was like people were like, dude, this Volume shit is fucking whack, dude. Like,
yeah, Volume whack. They like trends. They're hopping on trends.
But I mean, they probably made a lot of bread when the bread making was good.
I'm telling you, man.
The bread making was done.
If they re-released a Thrasher, it would do so well right now.
I mean, they had a really long catalog. Like, if they made a lot of cutters, guys. Like, the cutter has been out for a really long time, and like, think about how many bike shops sold. Like, our bike shop used to sell it. Every bike shop I walked into probably had one on the wall of one of the different variations. And the fact that you could walk into any bike shop as a kid, point at it on the wall, and take it home that day was definitely huge back then. Because even ordering parts online was pretty new for the time, right? Like,
yeah, it was like Dan's Comp. That was like it. Which, by the way, Montana Ricky credits that for the decline in BMX industry.
Yeah, being underpriced kind of sucks for everybody.
Yeah. Buy from your local bike shops if you can, people.
Big ups. Shout out Epic BMX.
Epic BMX.
Shout out Epic BMX.
They still have a cutter hanging on their hanging from their ceiling.
Somebody who's tall, please go buy the FBM sword that's hanging back there and build it for me. It's too big for me, or I would have bought it already.
I think someone bought the black market NSF frames. Ooh. I feel like it was Zach.
Probably was.
Probably.
Zach buys everything and then sells everything. Zach is the new Deacon. Deacon Wong single-handedly destroyed FGFS? Question mark.
I mean, I had a lot of bikes.
No, you were just supporting the industry, bro.
I put food on a couple people's tables, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, I believe it. Let's get into our fan question of the day. This one's gonna come from our friend Antonio Woth. Not just friend, but legendary FGFS rider. My personal favorite rider of all time. If we're looking throughout all of fixed gear history, please look into Antonio's old videos and his new videos that he's putting out on Instagram. Anyways, he asked, what is our favorite jam/contest that has ever happened? Pizza, start.
Mine's a real big throwback. It has to be the FFX CSK Rail Jam. Yeah. That shit was fire. You can check me out there on the video. Wolfdrum posted it. Your boy's there watching Southern Safari on my iPad.
He hits a fat vape hit and goes, "About to watch Southern Safari on my iPad." Just young dumb pizza.
That's right, baby. Oh man. And also, side note to that was also the Sticks and Stones contest that we had at the Fixie Factory, which was amazing. Elliot stole that from Erico. Just want to say that.
How'd he steal it?
Let's go. So Elliot ran from Erico the last 30 seconds when he was 1 kill up. He didn't want to fight him one-on-one. He just ran for the win. Kind of shitty.
Damn, just lame. Lame.
Yeah, man, that was an awesome jam. Like everyone from Long Beach and North Hollywood, shit, even Jacob Ruff was there. He came from Seattle.
Daniel Torres was there.
Yeah, him too. The police came, shut us down twice.
So what happened there? Because I wasn't there. So the police came and then everyone dispersed, but then you guys all just went back?
Yeah, we kind of just were all hanging outside the Fixie factory and then waited like 15, 20 minutes and then went back and then rode again for another 2-3 hours. And then, yeah, maybe not that long, but that's kind of it. Just they were like, yeah, you got to get out of here. You guys are blocking the sidewalk. And then we were like, okay, later. And then went to the Fixie factory.
Sick.
And then, or McDonald's, and then came back and rode. Yeah, it was pretty sick.
Deacon, were you there?
I was there.
Oh, you were.
I was not good, but I rode my ass all the way there from where I lived.
Dude, I was
And
so
I was
sad.
there.
I was in high school and I had baseball practice that day. So
L plus ratio.
so I couldn't go. L plus Bozo, RIP, pack watch 2K12. I was so
Pizza
sad.
and I were there, and you weren't.
RIP Bozo.
Pizza and I were there, and you weren't.
I know. I couldn't have done shit anyway. I didn't have pegs.
I didn't do shit. I just watched.
I
That shit
was
was
gonna
funny as
say.
fuck.
I mean, majority of people just kind of rolled up and just pegs it, and that was kind of what everyone did.
That's all people
Besides
could do at the
maybe Elliot, Desmond,
Robert Rice.
and Antonio, and Robert Rice he pegs 180 or whatever, or suicide. But it was kind of just Elliot, Desmond, Antonio, and Corey. I think Corey Duster did, or tried to at least. Oh, and then Grant Higgins. Damn, R.I.P. Well, not R.I.P. But yeah, name you haven't heard in a long time.
Fuck that
He
guy.
180. Yeah, I don't like him. I'm just maybe I don't know. He 180 pegs it. I think.
he did, huh?
Yeah, he 180 pegs it, and that was really cool because no one would have thought he was going to do that, but he did it. So, yeah, that was my favorite jam. I liked it. It was a good time.
That's cool. What's your favorite contest that you like have watched? You know, maybe not been a part of, but like maybe the recap was sick on like videos or something.
So mine would have to be. I think it would be Midwest Mayhem. I think that's what it is. Where I forget who it was, but he like went up that vert wall and then just shot straight back out and almost
Murder
that
B.
one. Yeah, Murder B.
Murder B. He goes up the vert wall. Who knows what the hell he was trying to do, and just falls on his
So
side from
straight
the
down.
very top like 5 times. Then he shouts out Mike Chacon and Mountain Dew. Like, I need Mike Chacon and Mountain Dew.
Bro, he should have broke his knee, but like, young, dumb 21 or whatever, however old he was, he stood right back up and was fine. I
That
feel like
dude.
anybody else, he literally landed on his knee.
That dude
and
was
walked-
so
got up.
sick. Do you remember
Insane.
that clip where he nose manualed upstairs?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was so
Crazy.
nuts. It's like, he was like one of my favorite riders who never gained like crazy popularity, but he was always fun to watch ride. Yeah, Midwest Mayhem 2, I would also have to say, is one of my favorite like comps that I wasn't a part of.
It looks so
It
fun.
looked like
Yeah.
so much fun, dude.
So sick. Just literally, just because all the homies were there, and it was just doing shit that like, was so sick. Even though we like weren't that advanced, like
Dude.
Fixie wasn't that advanced, but I mean,
And
still,
Antonio riding the mini spine is what made me want to ride mini spines.
Dude,
right?
He made that shit look so fun.
he's so good at bikes, man. And Midwest Mayhem, Midwest Mayhem 1 was legendary. That was like one of the first times all the huge names were together. But Midwest Mayhem 2 in 2011 was like everyone was there. You had Matt Spencer, Antonio Woth, Tom LaMarche, Ed Wonka. I think Tori was there. I don't think he competed, but he was there. Congo, Matt Reyes, Matt Montoya. Like, dude, everyone was there. And like seeing everyone compete under the same roof is like, that was historic. So sick.
That one was in Four Seasons, right? The indoor park.
Yep.
And
That
that
park
place
is
is
sick.
sick. Yeah, like
I've been there, bro. I've been there. I can't confirm. That place is fucking dope, bro.
Is it still there?
jealous, bro.
Yeah,
I'm jealous.
it's still there.
Damn.
It's
That's-
right on the water too. It's like a beautiful
So jealous.
spot. Like if you went, it's so nice that I would recommend if you're ever in that city of Milwaukee, that you just go on a walk because the skate park is amazing, and the area is around is also amazing.
I need to check that out. Hey,
Big jealous.
Antonio and Chris, when's Midwest Mayhem 4 gonna happen? Make it happen. We'll
I
make
think
the
it's on
trek.
Chris.
Chris is the only one who's still there.
I'll pull up.
I'll pull up. I'd go to Midwest Mayhem 4. My favorite jam that I was actually a part of, or contest that I was a part of, though, was probably, honestly, like, the Red Bull series was so much fun. Like, it's one of the few times that it made us feel like a legit sport, like a not celebrities, but like, you know, something bigger, like we mattered, like
Recognized,
like an X Games
recognized.
style like contest. It was like there was a big like screen that we were on while we were riding. There was announcers and big megaphones and like hundreds of people watching. Like, made you feel cool, and like we got treated like royalty. Like the weekend, I say royalty like leniently because, like, you know, royalty just means like Chrome gave us like free bags. But still, it was cool, and it felt like we mattered for a bit. I was really sad when they stopped doing the Red Bull contests.
I
Deacon,
just say, I'm sorry. I was a little hoodlum at the Red Bull Ride and Style, the second one. Me and a couple friends went to the side and were like, hey, we're actually journalists for thief.com. We snuck into the writer's lunch.
who would have believed you shitheads?
I have no idea. It was just some girl over there, and we're like, yeah, we're journalists, we're recording for thief.com, TTV. Bro. And this girl just let us in. It was like four. I think it was me, Desmond, Jonah Kessel, and one other person. We're like, yeah, we're journalists, and she let us in, and we're hanging out. Yeah, it was bad.
You guys were the reason. You guys were part of the problem as to why the VIP area was just fucking packed.
So bad, yeah.
So annoying.
It's in a video somewhere. There's a video somewhere that you can see me and Jonah in the VIP section. It's really funny.
Yeah, I believe it. Jonah actually competed the year after that, though. I think he was in 2014 and maybe 2013.
Maybe that's why Jonah was in there.
Oh,
I don't remember.
You know which contest was actually really fun to watch was West Jam. Do you guys remember West Jam?
No.
Happened in Portugal, and it was in 2011. And Ed, like, it's, you know, an overseas competition, so like you got Simon Gomok and like Oscar Khan and what's that other dude's name? Jota from Portugal were competing, but also you had like American talent who flew over. So Mike Schmidt, Ed Wonka, and Mike Chacon all flew out too. And watching the footage from that was just sick. Ed Wonka was just on a tear. It was like, wow, this is FGFS. He's like tooth hangering stuff, nose manualing stuff, 360s, bar spins, just like doing crazy shit. Mike Schmidt was doing the weird stuff that he loves to do. Oscar Khan was tearing it up on sevens, and Mike Chacon was spinning.
I was waiting for that one.
He did a really big. It was
like Joe McKeague on the floor.
Anyways, that was always one of my favorite contests to watch footage of too. I thought that was cool. Deacon, what's your answer?
I want to say I think it was the first Royal comp.
The only one.
It was a good time.
The one at Houghton.
Yeah, the Royal Flash comp.
That was a lot of fun. I remember riding my bicycle from City Grounds all the way to the skate park, and then just watching all of my friends get absolutely shacked because they should not have been trying the stuff they were trying, and they just got absolutely destroyed.
There was like
bending it down the 3 block.
There was like a hunger that day, I swear. Because it was for those who don't know, it was an AM only contest. So there were just pros judging and pros watching. So I feel like it made all of the AMs like push themselves a little harder. So everyone was falling and eating shit. One guy broke his thumb. So many broken bike parts. Like, dude, people were going crazy that day just trying shit outside their
I
zone.
think that's the most wheels I've seen tacoed in one day.
Yeah.
Dude.
And it was like, dude, you know, all these kids were literally just going for broke down a stair set that's way too big.
Yeah.
And
Hitting
like,
that 10 rail. Oh,
bro,
man.
and then all of us around you were just screaming at you. Like, it was so bad.
Dude, it was
So
carnage that
bad.
day, man. That was fun to watch.
I think that was. I don't think that kid broke his thumb. I remember it was on video. That was funny. The kid like he dislocated it, and then that guy from ROD,
Yersin.
Yeah, Yersin was like, "Yo, let me see it," and just pops it back into place. Oh man,
Yeah. That was sick.
For the record, I want to know this. How many pairs of unknown bars do you think bent that day?
Dude, there's so many people on unknown bars.
many.
I know my friend Junho broke a pair of Saudio bars that day.
Rest in
that,
peace.
The 420 bars. Yeah. God, I feel like somebody like fell off the 10 stair and slammed into the wall too.
I think wasn't that Hector?
No, Hector didn't really fall, dude. Hector was like flawless that day.
Someone definitely, yeah, I remember that though. Someone definitely sent it over the 10 stair,
Dude.
or like sent it down the 10 stair.
Hector was on a mountain bike frame.
Yeah,
On
he was on what
700s.
the Rise guys are running right now. Back in the day,
Yeah, true.
Watching people get smoked trying to hit the fucking rail there, dude. And that's like the worst rail you could possibly try and grind. Like, it's so bad.
That rail's not friendly. And people sending it down the 3 block too. Oh, that was a fun day. That's a good choice. I enjoyed that. I was hanging out that day. I was sponsored, but I wasn't that good yet. So I couldn't compete.
That was a crazy day.
What's your favorite contest you've just watched and not experienced?
I want to say ride-in style.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I came from, like, riding track bikes and, like, being into macroframa, so I always enjoyed, like, velodrome racing. I don't know, just, like, racing in general. So I enjoyed the fact that it was both. And then you got to see your favorite FGFS rider going up against this dude that had no business riding transition at all.
Oh, man.
And, like,
I remember that.
not only that, but, like, they're competing on, like, their FGFS, like, comp bike. Like,
It
they
was
have
Congo.
pegs. They have, like,
Congo had gone against. Who did Congo ride against? And I think he like sent the other guy over that transition on the other side.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I don't know his name,
then-
but I remember that.
But I'm just saying, like, I enjoyed watching, you know, like, Congo just, like, racing against some dude on his, like, FGFS bike. You know, like...
There were some dudes like Masan who were just on their full-blown track build with track drops, which is not the format to ride that kind of bike in, so they just had no chance.
But it was just so funny watching this, especially in, like, the highlights video, because you would just see people get, like, smoked.
Yeah. Congo. And then Congo broke his chain. Yeah.
Yep.
They didn't
Put
even
so
give
much
him,
torque. And
they
just
didn't even
broke it.
give him a redo. I was so sad
Yep.
about it. I feel like Congo could have taken it.
For
Congo's
sure.
fast, bro.
Yeah. Slum ended up getting... He's the only one who podiumed at both events. The racing and the trick. Matt also won 3 out of 4 of the years for the trick portion, so... You know, he dominated that. He also was the SF, like, golden boy, so, you know... That
Also
didn't,
goated.
that didn't hurt either.
I will say, though, Congo is the most ruthless person I've ever seen play a game of foot down.
Oh my.
Congo's a menace. If you're coming to the comp, you'll see it because he's gonna be there probably, and we're gonna play some foot down. So
Save some money for some new spokes, baby.
yeah, he's gonna jam his pegs into your spokes.
I think Antonio's worse. I've never seen him play, and he's pretty bad. Antonio's really bad. Because he knows how to move, because he knows how to nollie and put his front wheel up. He knows
I'm playing, bro.
Dude,
If I ain't playing, bro. My wheels will die.
Dude, he'll nose pivot into you.
Antonio's horrible with that, man. He will destroy your
literally
wheels with
watched
no
them.
remorse.
I've literally seen them destroy a kid's fucking Mavic Ellipse wheels, bro. And like,
Oh,
it was ruthless, man.
feels
I've never seen
bad.
just somebody take so much joy in that.
He becomes a sociopath.
Oh man.
No remorse
That
for
kid on
human
his
life.
Bianchi Super Pista had no idea what was coming to him. He just was just done.
With his metal pegs, not even plastic. Just
Those are some
man. And-
ruthless men.
It was his own pegs, which were like almost 5 inches long, and those things were bam, just
I mean, it was good
bad.
advertising, right? It was strong
Yeah.
pegs.
yeah, strong metal pegs.
I don't think anyone's ever had that problem. My metal pegs aren't strong enough.
Hey, well, hey, they were made by unknowns, so
Yeah.
There goes the sponsorship, guys.
Yeah, we're never getting an episode sponsored by Unknown. R.I.P.
If they want to send me a Korean unknown frame, I will accept it to make up for.
Hey, wait. It was
Different unknown.
It was the American unknown.
Yeah.
Overseas
Actually,
unknown.
very
Still
different
pretty fine.
entities, FYI. The Unknown H31 frames are pretty nice.
I will probably sell it though, because
I mean,
y'all did me so dirty that
you also kind of ride for Master, so
I could hang it up on my wall. I don't know.
that's true. That's true.
I could also burn it though, which might be better.
The Master or the Unknown?
The unknown frame.
Yeah, it'd probably melt. Probably melt. Thanks for watching this episode of Off Track. As always, please give us topics in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you want to support us, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Hit that bell. Notifications on, baby. Boom.